Welcome back. It is August 7th, so time for topic number 7 of RPGaDay 2018. Today's topic is how can a GM make stakes seem important? And I think that this is kind of a twofold answer. It's not just on the GM. My first part goes back to yesterday's answer. I think it is important that players make the world seem more real by including things about their characters or tying their characters into the world by having important objects, important NPCs, family members, and talking with their GM about the goals that their character has. And I think that if players can do those things, it gives the GM the tools that they need to make the stakes important. Because what makes these stakes in a situation important? Having something that the characters care about being in the balance. So if the player characters are giving the GM things that their characters value, the GM will be able to have those be in the balance and make situations where the stakes are important, because if you do not do this, you will lose something that is important to you. You will not be able to complete one of your goals. But if you are successful in this situation, you will now be able to do something important for somebody you care about. Your character will meet one of their goals. Your character will now have the tools at their disposal to meet one of their goals, so on and so forth. So I think that's the first step, is having players that work to make their characters somebody that the GM can then give high stakes situations to. And then the second part is the GM taking what they know about the group, what they know about the individual characters, and creating situations where important things are in the balance. And it doesn't need to be apocalyptic style, if you do not do this quest, the world is going to end. It can be about tiny little things that are still important to those characters. And I also think that not every situation need to be high stake. I think that kind of like that line from The Incredibles, if everyone is super, no one is. I think if every situation is high stake, then not all of them necessarily are. I think it can be a good move to have a couple of there's rats in the basement, go kill them and I will pay you type quests. And then when something important comes along, it will be important because you've been doing odd jobs and other work, and suddenly here is this thing that is core and key and important to your character and allows them to meet a goal that they have. And so of course this is high stakes. You need to jump on it, you need to do it, and you need to do it right. I'm not saying you can't have a lot of high stakes and high tension games, but I think that setting the mood ahead of time so that when something important comes along, it screams, this is important, is really key to having those stakes seem so high, because they will be so high. So that is my answer for day 7. Have players that are ingrained into the world and have connections, and then have a GM that takes those things and puts them in situations where you need to do this, or you cannot reach your goal. You cannot do what you need to do. Somebody close to you is going to be hurt or cannot reach their goals. So that's it for day 7.